So I think a lot of it this game is that the smoke screen is going to be super annoying for the puck, the puck, the Rubik, and then the Terrorblade to an extent as well. Um, Also pretty good in the actually it's a Husky position 5 Rubik, and it's going to be the Clockwork played by Z-Freak. Okay, I think that was the other thing is that even though you're a melee position 4, you're probably not that worried about having to lane against Clockwork because you can always just kind of hop away from him or hide in the tricks of the trade. But yeah, this is a totally different look from from Navi here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like this Ricky is probably an answer to the puck, right? Like, give
Yeah.
you some sort of way to silence him up and bring him down. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup to keep an eye on. Gunnar, is there any possibility he goes for like a 4-staff or something, or is he just relying on his supports in that situation?
I think he might. I think there's a chance here that he would. It's actually not the easiest puck game,
It's not
just
at
in terms
all.
of pressure coming from the supports, right? Like if you get
Yeah.
caught out at a bad time, the global could totally ruin your day. And like we've been talking about, the smoke screen as well is going to be a pain. So some pressure on Gunner to kind of get out of the gate swinging and make sure that he's got the net worth to be able to kind of deal with it. Because if he can get stuff like a 4-staff or a Yules and fit that into the build, that's great. But that's not what pucks are typically going for, right? It's like the raw Witchblade rush, not having to deal with any of this other nonsense. So we'll just see.
Absolutely. Alrighty, let's get into it. It is game number 1 in this best of 2 series, NA versus EU here at the TI11 Last Chance Qualifiers. Nouns versus Navi based on the drafts. You know, I want to lean towards Navi. I really do. I think this was very creative from them. I think it was ballsy to pick up the Enigma as an answer, even when you've got a Rubik on the other side of Nouns. So that one's going to be interesting. But there's just so many little mechanics between these two guys. This feels like these guys have very good reads on each other.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning Navi as well. I like the creativity. I like some of the matchups. Nouns just feels like a very safe, very comfortable draft to open out the
Yeah,
last
it's a
chance
very Nouns
qualifiers here.
draft.
But
Yeah.
going to be the biggest thing for them is that can they use this, like the dragon form, the coil, and the meta to take some early towers and kind of get back on the map and start creating that pressure, because Navi, they've got the team fight, and I think they've kind of got the late game.
We're gonna have an early clash here as they come to the high ground. 3-man stun coming out from Vici. Moo taking way too much damage to start this off. Sweden Strong is gonna get on top of him, and Solo gets the first blood. There's even more fighting happening over by the side rune as well, as no one comes in for the rune. Bounty will be picked up by Gunner though. My goodness. Well, first blood going for Navi though. They'll be happy about that one.
Yeah, it's good, but it is going to end up being 3-1 bounties, and it's just the position 5 silencer who gets the last hit. So maybe not as crazy as it could have otherwise been. Solo getting the really sneaky block on the big camp here. You can't really run in and contest it with his body against the position 4 Clockwork. So yeah, important to try and keep it blocked as long as you can without having to go over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking about this bottom lane, who do you think is going to have the advantage here?
Honestly, I think it should be totally fine for Navi. It's a bit of a farmy lane, really. Triple melee, not that much kill potential. Silencer's maybe the one hero that would die, but he's going to have super fast boots off of the first blood, so...
Yeah, that's actually a major point, isn't it?
Yeah, otherwise he would be at much more threat of the Clockwork, but... that's that. Mid lane's very spammy. We've kind of seen this matchup before. Puck gets to level 6 quickly. Definitely could see support TPing in, get a kill there, something like that. And top lane's an Enigma lane, so just typical stuff. Sweden Strong's going to be running around blocking as many camps as humanly possible, and Nouns having to play right in front of the enemy tower the whole time.
Yeah, the Enigma Ricky lane, a classic. I'm sure you know all about this matchup.
It's an Enigma with a melee +5. How different? +4, sorry. How different can it be?
Yeah, you don't really need a strong +4 in lane if you've got Enigma, do you?
Was Sweden Strong going to make it to block this camp? 3, 2, yeah, he's back. Okay.
Oh, he's get the flies past him whilst giving the high five as well, Husky.
Yeah, I hit him
and
with
the tip. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah, rubbing it in a little bit. Well, back towards our middle lane at the moment, and we've got the Pangolin leading things on 14-1 on the CS Puck on 11-1 for now. The mid lane difference has, it was really boring for a few patches, but now they got rid of that small camp. Things are looking a little bit more exciting. Heroes can start to snowball out from middle lane and create like a big deficit, but it doesn't look like this game's going to be one of those kind of games. Pango versus Puck, pretty even.
Yeah, I think the lane's going to be pretty even, but the really interesting thing, especially in a matchup like this, is going to be how those first few power runes and the first few rotations play out, because neither one of them is particularly amazing at taking the tier 1 tower if the other one leaves. So there's a lot of pressure to try and really get the runes and go and make plays on the side lanes, because you kind of got that opportunity.
Yeah. And what we see time and time again is it's not really the rotations which are the most important part, but more the counter rotations. If you can come to a lane unannounced, get the TP in and get yourself a kill, that can usually be a really strong way to play the middle lane. A safer way as well, because you're less likely to get scouted and mess up a rotation.
The top lane is in a very weird place now. Now have chosen to rebuild this lane back here. Though there's 3 Radiant creeps just sneaking right past, so they're going to have to scramble to go get those. Enigma is such a pain. He's not actually CSing that well, right? Laze is only 8-8 currently, so not turning out to be too much of a problem, it seems, for nouns.
Yeah, Costabile still not doing as well as he would like in this lane, but that is just the Enigma effect. So Lei is kind of tanking his own game a little bit in order to make the Terrorblade a little bit more miserable. A good offlaner.
Yep, that's the offlane MO. That's what it's all about. We've already got noun supports both rotating mid for the 4-minute runes here, so
yeah,
gonna send no one packing all the way back to base.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's actually going to miss out on much here, or whether... Because there is a flag bearer creep, which gonna actually... I think he just blocked that one to make sure the flag bearer creep goes first so that he can get the deny off before the Pangolier gets back to lane, which is pretty gigabrain.
It's pretty nice. In maxing, for sure. What do we got going on? Meta's back off cooldown in 20 seconds. They're just trying to punch these Eidolons. Gotta be careful, though. Taking some damage on the way back.
Yeah, Costabile getting a little bit low. It's going to be okay for the time being, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of trading going on in these lanes. Nothing super action-packed happening so far. I guess it's hard to get kills with the supports we have.
Yeah, not too much going to be happening until we start seeing these mid laners make the moves. Lane position always going to be super important as soon as those, the mid lane TPs are available. They're both very mobile heroes.
Oh, top lane, a bit of action coming out as they move forward onto the Terrorblade. He's going to get himself under the tower, lift up, throw back from Husky, even putting him under tower to try and get some shots off on him. So no kill on to the Terrorblade. And again, sure, if this was any other hero in the safe lane, they'd probably be able to get kills pretty easily with the Eidolons, plus those blink strikes coming out. But because it's all physical damage, Costabile is surviving through it.
Yeah, doing well. The blink strike is actually magical, like the non-attack part, but still, no one's just walking up
55 here. Bonus magical damage.
Yeah.
Oh no, Husky. Here's the first rotation. No one thinking about rolling it up actually here onto Husky, but they're going to do it the old-fashioned way, and the blink strike will finish the job before he can get denied to the creep camp. So Na'Vi, a somewhat successful rotation.
Yeah, they're not going to get this 6-minute power rune as a result. I think that's part of why it's a little unexpected that no one is all the way up in this top lane. And they would have much preferred to have gotten Costabile. Husky kind of tanking the gank a little bit there. And Gunner with this DD going to keep his catapult alive for the moment.
He is, and now the coil comes down as well, throwing down the harassment here. 3 heroes rotating in onto the Pangolier. They need a little bit more, but they are going to find it. The first big kill as they bring down the Pango, but look at the damage coming out from them. Solo, he's got off a pretty big curse, but they're just going to turn it around here. Noun's not really too bothered about that debuff. Still early levels, so they'll be okay.
Avi absolutely having to commit the supports to that. If they hadn't, would have been the tier 1 tower going down for sure. Still a huge win for Nouns. taking down the enemy mid and getting, what, a third of the chip damage on the tower. Very nice.
Yeah, I did notice during that. The
no one's up top now, though. Costabile.
Rolling Thunder coming out onto the Terrorblade. He needs help, but there is no one nearby. They will all come into the mid lane, so he's just going to try and get some last hits before he dies. A true carry player to the last breath.
Can't get too close to the tower against these respawning mid heroes. And they're giving a lot of experience to Sweden Strong in the mid lane at the same time, so... That can be the tricky thing about position 4 Riki, is you don't really farm, but you do want the levels, so... important that they try and make some room for him. If this is the all-important hero of their draft, right? They last picked it, so hoping it's going to have some impact.
Yeah, I'm very interested. He's queued up the shard already, so very clear of what he wanted to do, and this is to be expected, you know, since the beginning of time, Riki 4 has been the shard buyer.
Yeah, you know, you sometimes see Meme Hammer, but I think that's just the pub thing. 8-minute room battle.
Ooh, they try to get the silence out onto Gunnar, but they do actually miss it, and Gunnar's able to just walk himself away. Husky was also behind him, so chance of a kill there pretty slim, and using the bonus mobility of the orb, Gunnar's able to move across and secure himself this regen rune.
Nouns just sweeping down towards the bottom side of the map. So, again, you know, lanes have looked okay, and now they're really just looking to utilize this Elder Dragon form to start opening up the map, make room for the TB. Solo looking pretty dead.
Yeah, he's a little bit trapped right now. Z-Freak with the battery cell is probably going to be able to bring him down. Move securing the kill there with the Breathe Fire, and his courier dead as well. And now they're going to start to whack down this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane.
No real matching play happening for Na'Vi currently. Bit of pressure from Lays, but V-Tune happy to just be over in the Ancients, and it does seem like they're kind of just going to give this one up for free for now.
Yeah, Costabile just jungling, actually right next to no one. Look at these guys. This is some kind of handshake going on here. You farm that camp. I'll get this one.
Some no rush 20. Just everybody hit creeps. No, don't do anything else. It seems like Nouns are just going to end up making this a bit of a trade, giving away top, but they're still staying bunched up, and there's another Dragon form in 15 seconds, so seems like a pretty good time to just keep on pressuring for this mid-tier 1 tower.
Yeah, this could be a huge move. I mean, it's already taken so much damage earlier on, and with Costabile popping that Metamorphosis, this is something we see every now and again. The TB coming out of the jungle and making the first movement for this middle tower to open up the map for his team, and it looks like Na'Vi have no intentions of defending this one. Nouns with a huge movement in towards the middle lane. This is massive.
This is so much space for TB to be farming. He's going to constantly be shoving out the waves with the Conjure Image. And yeah, Na'Vi just no level 6s on their supports just yet. Not really anybody to rally around. You know, the Pango doesn't really get safe against the puck until he's got a couple of items and he gets the shard. So no one can't really be going into the fights currently. And just going to have to hope that they don't lose too much more and that Lays is able to start making some space by constantly pressuring this top lane. I've got some nice wards for him to play around, so should kind of know what's going on. And once Sweden Strong gets level 6, of course, he can easily break the smokes and keep his Enigma safe.
Yeah, it's interesting. You don't really seem too concerned that the Terrorblade's currently bottom of net worth.
I think he's really going to start picking up from here. Playing against the Enigma lane and then dying once, this was kind of always where he was going to end the laning stage. And I think Nouns have made all the moves that they need to make to kind of get him farming. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Rolling Thunder used at bottom. Z-Freak, he gets level 6, but no way out.
He's gone. He's going to die to the curse. He does use the hook shot away, so that will be a kill for no one down at bottom. But up at top, they're moving on to the Riki as well. They've got the coil out, and they're going to be able to bring him down. So just a bit of a trade, a 4 for a 4.
Another double damage for Gunnar, so making the move. So far, the item build is just very standard. Did go for the full treads before making his way back for the Witchblade, but no sign of a Force Staff or Yules or anything just yet. Have to see where he's going.
Yeah, and he's doing so well, Gunnar. He's just kind of controlling the tempo of the game very well. But we do see V-Tune starting to sneak up behind him. The hero we haven't talked about at all really so far has been this Sven. Surprised to see him played in the carry role, but I don't know. He can definitely keep up with the Terrorblade when it comes to farming, perhaps even overtake him.
Yeah, I think he can do all right. It is certainly a weird carry matchup, a little bit outside of the meta of what we've been seeing, right? It's like still lots of Void, Slark, Morph, all this stuff. Is Moo getting gone on?
Out. Yeah, this is a hard target to bring down, though, and now the hookshot comes across. Z-Freak just jumping into the smoke. Doesn't care at all. And yeah, Moo's going to be absolutely fine.
Okay. All right. Everybody's chilling out.
Are they, though? There's a smoke coming out from Na'Vi. They want to keep this tempo up. They're realizing that, well, it's time to make some plays. Costabile could be caught out here. The smoke gets popped. He immediately starts moving away. The swashbuckle won't connect, but the silence will. But immediately Z-Freak jumping in, trying to tank the gank for his carry. The global silence comes out to stop the Sunder, but the chain lockdown seems to be there regardless, and they get the kill onto Costabile. Huge movement out from Na'Vi. Sweden Strong might play the price here as he does get brought down, but it is a price they will happily pay on Na'Vi.
Oil whiffed from Gunner. Didn't catch no one. I don't think he caught Sweden Strong either, so... they could have probably picked up the additional kill, but Na'Vi kind of getting away scot-free with that one. Losing the position for Ricky, not a big deal. That was a sick move. The immediate, they'd just seen them 4 heroes on the bottom rune and immediately go in for the smoke, get the big wraparounds. Very nice.
And that's the thing. That's something which, we've been noticing a lot, is the teams which play fast, which always seem to have the advantage, Like... We talk a little bit about checkbox Dota, about how you want to go through the objectives, but the faster you can arrive at those next checkboxes, that's when it really comes into play.
Yeah, having the confidence to make these like 2-man, 3-man plays, which are sometimes a little bit risky. Oh, Blaze getting gone on.
Yes, indeed, yeah. Stuck inside those cogs and being beaten down from every angle here. Looks like Lays might be losing his life, but Z-Freak's also taking a ton of damage as well. He's trying to run himself away, but the Eidolons are going to catch him out, so it will be a trade. But that Lays is a +3, so they'll be happy with that one. And Gunner, once again chasing. Solo will whiff, but oh my god, the Pangolier coming in, dishing out so much damage onto the puck. Jump in from Moo, though, throws down the stun to hold back no one as a puck. He's gone around the backlines. Gunner, the madman. Surely this doesn't pay off for him. Up onto the cliff. Do they have the vision? Oh, they've got a swashbuckle in just a second, but he's able to phase shift it off. I'm no idea how he's getting away with this right now. Gunner on the move, hiding in the trees. No one. He's gonna settle for Husky instead. Moo waiting nearby, but there's nothing he can do. And they actually spotted the puck as well. But Gunner once again, orb away. He is gonna be all right. He gets himself out.
Nice play from Husky in that fight. He stole the last word and was able to keep the Pango silenced, so he wasn't able to just shield crash up onto the cliff and finish off the puck. Kind of an awkward engagement overall, but Enigma survived for such a long time. This early Wraith Pact really doing a lot of work.
Yeah, that definitely proved very, very useful in that fight. But yeah, still no black holes coming out from him. Kind of understandable though.
Yeah, little tricky to use when you're playing against the Rubik Clockwork as the supports.
2 heroes which are very, very capable of ruining every black hole attempt you ever make.
Yeah, I don't think his game is really about Black Hole so much here. It was about wrecking the TB's lane and buying useful items after that. He is queuing up a Blink, so he's got ambitions. We'll just see how it works out for him. Still a bit of a net worth gap between the Sven and the TB. TB topping that death. V-Tune has been very uninterrupted in the last few minutes, just farming it up. And they're bringing him along for a smoke here.
Interesting. V-Tune just waiting. Oh, Moo's actually jumping here. I'm wondering if he's going to pay the price for that one as they actually go onto the backlines here. A lot of damage being dealt to Husky and Z-Freak on the back as V-Tune finds the opening. They kill off Moo on the front and no one, just locking down Z-Freak in the back hit. But looks like he is able to walk himself away, so they will settle for Husky instead. Oh, no, they're not. V-Tune is in. Never mind. Coil does come down onto the 2 of them, though. What can Gunner do here? The global silence is out, so I'm not sure he can do a whole lot. They can't do anything. Puck down. 4 heroes dead on the side of Nouns. Na'Vi. Massive rotation.
2v5 there. I don't know who was making the calls from Nouns to go in, but maybe once Costabile popped the Metamorphosis, they were kind of committed to the idea of cleaning up, but losing track of the global silence perhaps, and Gunner not able to play his way out of that one.
Something like that. Maybe, yeah, who knows, but not knowing the global was down there was pretty brutal. And what a first fight for V-Tune to come to as well. Joins in the engagement and immediately just gets off a ton of damage, does a ton of work, involved in 4 kills. That's definitely what you want to see. But Nouns not wasting any time in trying to get a counterplay coming in. Global Silence is on cooldown, and they want to make the most of that fact.
Yeah, can they find anything? Again, it's this Ricky that's a huge pain. He's just looking to tank these smokes. Be a nuisance.
Yeah, Mu's running. They know Lays is nearby. The Eidolon's giving him away, but they don't really want to chase too close to this tier 1 tower by the looks of it. That TP point a little bit too scary.
I think they may have caught a glimpse of Lays with that rocket flare, but anything I'm doing here. I don't think Solo is very likely to find this ward that's in the river that he's standing right on top of.
Unfortunate. He's just
you know, it is what it is sometimes.
Next to it, contemplating life.
Got the God Strength back up. I think Vitune's getting his BKB delivered right now, so he is looking very scary. And you know, the TB a little bit far behind. Normally the timing for the Terrorblade hero is going to be like your Manta Scotty, and the Manta's still not even completed here, 18 minutes in. So he is not going to be combat ready for a little bit. And he's all of their damage pretty much this game.
Yeah, outside of the puck, it's very, very limited. And again, Puck, you know, he doesn't quite scale the same way as other cores do in the mid lane.
Oh, Mu got to be careful. He's kind of bluffing a little bit up here, just trying to play it out with the haste. But
goodness me, looks like he's going to get away with it. Does get darted for his troubles, but yeah, just going to have a little nap.
And unfortunately, it seems like Nouns don't really feel like they can defend this tier 2, so that's going to be tier 2 going down, Outpost being captured, and Nouns just doing whatever they can to get the lane shoved out. 4-man smoke, actually. Okay. Thinking about taking the fight here. Oh, I'm still worried about this Terrorblade. Only 1500 HP, doesn't have any way to deal with the global.
No, that's the issue, but they do see the targets and they're going to initiate onto the spend straight away, but Global Silence comes out because Tabile pumped the damage into Vici. Vici just turning around with the BKB and blowing up Z-Freak whilst getting out himself. Now they need to find another target, and I'm not convinced they're going to be able to. All right, they find Solo on the sidelines here. Gunner's he's going to coil the man to try and get him down, but no one in the backlines. He's just locking down the Terrorblade. A Black Art being used to finish off Gunner. This ain't looking ideal for Nouns, as they've got the Costabile now locked down as well. Is there any help coming his way? No, there is not. 3 dead on Nouns, and they are looking for more. The Sleep Dart out onto the Dragon Knight. That's going to make it 4 ultra kill for Vici.
Oh. Again, just the tips coming out. Again, just kind of not thinking about the global. Maybe if they'd managed to trap both the Silencer and the Sven with that initiation, they could have made something happen, but completely just combo broke their entire team fight, and that's back-to-back team fights now where both carries come, Vitun gets a triple kill, and Costabile just dies. And the net worth gap now starting to get really concerning between these two.
Yep, Z-Freak missing a hook shot in the middle lane. That's not what you want to be seeing right now. And Solo just really trying to wiggle himself under their skin right now. Voice lines, tips, the whole 9 yards. Now coming forwards, Moot. He's going to take the bait here as he jumps onto the Silencer. There are teammates behind him, but they don't have those big ultimates to play with. But at the same time, Nouns just feeling a little bit, oh my god, look at this. Vici jumping in. He doesn't even have the God Strength, and he still has enough damage to bring down Gunner. And now they'll go towards Z-Freak as well. Stun comes out, but is it going to save him? The Cog's actually trapping up no one, but he's just going to swashbuckle out the other side and get that kill as well. Rubik trying to get away, steals the Sleep Dart. Not going to do anything though, as Vitune is now godlike on this Sven.
Out-executing them in these team fights, really. Vision on the high ground, they're finding the catches, and all of this from Nouns is just trying to make space for the Terrorblade, but getting further and further behind.
It's looking so bad. Vitune now into the pit. Na'Vi looking and feeling so good. You can feel the momentum from these guys. You know, we saw it from the player counts before. I don't think they're going to change positions. You know, I'm still sure Vichine's, you know, chilling with his feet up.
Yeah, is he still reclining fully in his chair? I think it's possible. This fight has to feel so bad. You get the jump on the Silencer, and you can't even kill him that we're seeing in the replay right now. And they just get cleaned up after the fact. And now I'm trying to fight on their ward here. They've already used the Elder Dragon form. What can they find?
Oh, Sweet and Strong immediately putting their initiator to sleep. That's bad. And now no one's going to follow up with the rolling boulder. They have managed to find the silencer on the backlines here, but he's going to get the global off regardless. The hookshot comes in onto late. He doesn't have the black hole regardless as Mu is finished off on the front. And they're also going to be able to take down Costa Bile as well. Na'Vi, once again, just moving too damn well through these fights.
Positioning from Sweet and Strong just too good. He just broke the smoke. Fully caught the initiation.
Trying to play around the vision here, but he's not going to make it out. Another hero dead. Vici literally just running him around the map, killing whoever he sees.
The tips are coming out. The chat wheels are coming out. Na'Vi are really feeling themselves here. Even Husky.
No.
Well, Stolen Warcry is going to help you a little bit,
armor.
but not enough. Vtun's beyond godlike.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
What's the Sven line? So this is going to be absurd, or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. This is absurd.
He's getting there.
13-0-2.
Yeah, not a care in the world here. Vtun, your gauntlet of strength. Oh no. Don't worry, your supports, they've got it. Maybe not. Okay.
No. Just leave it behind. Let them know.
Didn't need it.
Let them
It's
know
fine.
we don't need it.
Let the
Leave
ancients
it as a
have
gift. Yeah. I'm interested. Now I'm going to pick up the Gauntlet of Strength. Or is that beneath them?
The gauntlet's being thrown down, Nomad. You have to accept the duel at this point. Oh no, he just broke it.
Denied it. All right.
Gonna caught.
Puck put to sleep and put down as well. He's not going to get out of this silence at all. He is gone. Gunner. His momentum in this game was so damn fast, and then all of a sudden, it's just all falling apart. Na'Vi looking for more. Sleep Dart comes out onto Husky, and he knows he's dead. That fireball's not going to do anything to that. Although, I said that. Maybe it is going to do something, actually. As Vitun's going to lose his first life, but he was pretty low on that Aegis timing anyway. Sweet and Strong trying to find Mu, but he's able to blink himself away as the Sven does come back to life.
All right, we got to go back and deal with this tier 1, guys. Can't be deep diving tier 2. And I know you're feeling good, feeling like the game's already over, but let's see it. Let's just carefully put this one to bed and get into game 2.
And what do you think? Is there anything like Gunner could have done differently? Because he was kind of the one doing so well in the early game.
God,
he was controlling the momentum. Oh god, yeah, they've managed to catch out the Terrorblade again. They'll even put a banner on his face as well. Z-Freak also going to get taken out. Na'Vi just say, no, this is not your jungle anymore.
Or what were you asking before Costabile died again?
Is there anything Gunner could have done differently with the start he had? He looked so good and then didn't.
I don't really know. I don't even know if he could have gone for a different build. I feel like it would have ended up in a very similar situation, to be honest. It's a hard puck game.
Oh, he might be dead again. Does get off the phase shift, but Blink Dagger's on cooldown, so yeah, it's going to be another one for Gunner. Another kill for Vtun.
Another 2 int for Solo. His brain is so big. It's not that big, only plus 18, but cool.
18 IQ, yeah.
His silencer brain might not be that big, but his drafting brain, that's what Solo is really all about.
Yeah, they just left them completely open here. Like, I'm not sure there's too much we can say about Nouns' misplays this game. Like, yes, they were a little bit too fighty, I would say.
Yeah, they did take 2 kind of critically bad engagements with their Terrorblade turning up in a position where he wasn't really ready to fight, but I do think a lot of this game is also on the draft.
I would agree. It seems really hard for... I mean, there's just so many silences. There's so many silences, so much lockdown. Feels like you need BKBs on 2 heroes which don't really want to buy a BKB.
Yeah, not until later on at the very least. I mean, even Mu's not going for BKB, right? Because even if he lives, what does it matter, right? It's actually about keeping the puck and especially the Terrorblade alive. And another movement out, maybe aiding Gunner a little bit. They've got Z-Freak right behind him with a 4-staff, so...
Yeah, this is interesting because they saw Lays on that Observer ward, so they saw him in the area, but They choose to run into the enemy jungle instead. There's no one there. And the pings are coming out from Na'Vi, so they've read this one perfectly. And look at this. Sven is just looking to punish. Yeah, pops a ghost. He's got a double damage and a
double
blade of
damage.
Right.
Say goodbye to your tower. Okay.
Whatever, bro.
I mean, he has used the God Strength, though. So nouns have to be talking to themselves here and saying, hey, like, maybe that's an opportunity. Once this God Strength is down, we can look for the fight. Got to be keeping track of that timing.
He just couldn't resist. He had a double damage, you know, he just wanted to pop the God Strength, get the two going together, just watch his big damage numbers. He's a
chunk
simple
the
man.
Towers, build up your building damage, get those fantasy points.
True. Players always think about that when they're playing.
Oh yeah, exactly. For sure, for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Aghanim's almost completed from no one, which is again just going to give them so many more issues inside the fights. Constant disarms coming out onto TB and his illusion is going to be very tricky. So nouns, once again, another smoke. Let's see if they can find anything this time around.
They have to know that someone is probably going to show at bottom eventually. Oh, they see no one.
Yeah,
it's a good
no one.
jump.
This could be a big pick. Do they have the damage though? The global silence comes out immediately, and now what do you do about this? No one is actually going on the aggression. He knows how strong they are once that global silence is affecting them, and it looks like poor old Zfree's just going to throw himself in, but they've got Costabile locked down on the side. He needs a way out of this one. I don't think he's got it. Rubik trying to help out here, but there's nothing really to do as they will jump on top of the TB, tear him apart, and now look across over towards Husky. One shot from Vici. Oh no. I'd like to see the keyboard camera from Solo in these engagements when he just presses R and wins the fight for them.
Do you think his
time.
keyboard is just a big R? Maybe he's just got
one of those novelty big buttons you can press.
Yeah, that's all he needs.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I didn't expect this game to be this convincing. Like, we both favored Na'Vi, but not this much.
Yeah, Na'Vi certainly looking fantastic. And this is always the thing about this was always going to be the thing about the last chance qualifiers, right? It can be difficult during the season when you don't have these teams competing against each other on LAN in cross-region events to actually say, oh yeah, which is the strongest region? You know, is the number 2 in this region stronger than the number 3 in this other one? And that's why these opening rounds of the last chance qualifier are so cool. To start seeing these cross-regional matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, with these two, Nouns were the second place in the NA qualifier, getting 3-0'd by Sonics. Meanwhile, Na'Vi were third place in EEU, so obviously that doesn't take into account the teams which are already qualified, but that's just how they did in the regionals.
Yeah, of course. I think some of it comes down to the story of Outsiders VP, right? They were not expecting to be in the regional qualifiers, and so as a result, it kind of put a little bit more pressure on all the EEU teams. Though Na'Vi probably would have still been here anyway, right? Given their results against Betboom.
Yeah. Na'Vi actually retreating a little bit here. What's our global silence timer? It's 15 seconds, so Na'Vi, they're going to be happy to turn this one around very shortly, and actually Vici already on the front lines looking for an opportunity, and it looks like the call has come from Nouns to just take this outpost, and I don't know, still holding the area actually, interestingly. They want to contest this Roshan. The last real hurrah from them this game, as Gunnar is doing his best board impression.
They're smoked up, they've got the global again, big wraparound from Na'Vi.
I wonder if they spotted this
really
TV
big
illusion.
wraparound, oh my god. They go up the completely unexpected ramp.
All the way? All right. Yeah,
we're the dire team now. What are you doing?
Not going to expect this one, and they're certainly not. Zfreak tries to force-staff himself away. Vici, actually, oh my god! The cleave crit onto him absolutely tears the clockwork apart, and now Costabile, he's in so deep in this one. No chance of surviving through this. He's going to get taken down. The black hole comes out. Gunnar still just sitting on the cliff, kind of watching his team die in horror. He literally has a ward. There's already a ward there, but he's going to make it to... Oh, jumps down to cancel the TP. All right. All right.
He's still being annoying. They're still trying. He's the guy in the horror movie, you know, in the cupboard under the sink, hiding while everything else is going on outside.
Shaking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot that he could have done to stop any of that.
Speed, momentum, violence. Well, there's been violence. That's for sure. Probably not the violence they wanted. There's Roshan. Now going to get taken down. Again, nothing to be done. Nouns, whilst they have all respawned now, they're just licking their wounds, waiting as Vitune grabs himself an Aegis. What's his KDA? Okay, 19, 0, and 7. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, pretty good. Not not too bad for your first game here in the last chance qualifiers.
Yeah, it's quite the debut for Vitune.
Just another day at the office.
Really is. Really is. Well, is it high ground time, Basegip?
Yeah, it should be. It's not too much else to wait for unless you really want this Bloodthorn on the Sven. I guess there's also Lincoln's on Enigma, but maybe this DD will motivate them if they scout it out. And worth noting, Costabile has given up on the Scotty. He's now got a very awkward ultimate orb in his inventory and is just trying to get a BKB because no one is actually just destroying him in every fight.
Yep, no one and everyone is destroying him in these fights, unfortunately. Not much to be done from him other than just buy a BKB and hope for the best. Like, it would have been okay if it was just the global silence which was messing him up, then you can go for the Manta and Skadi, but yeah, he's just getting chain locked down every single time. Don't know how he manages it, but no one's always able to just get him locked down for the long durations.
A lot of it is the Ricky as well, because the Ricky finds him, he gets hit by the sleeping dart, and then it's super easy for no one to just beeline him after that. Just like this.
Yeah. Oh, just like this. Thank you for illustrating the point. Dude, no one's going in on this. This is so deep. Look, shot across. They'll actually use the... Oh, Sven's coming into the sidelines here, looking for Moo, going for the big tanky target, but it's like a hot knife through butter for Vitune as he tears that tanky boy in twain. And they're going to sleep down onto Husky. They're not going to initiate on this one, though. They've got their eyes on these barracks, and I don't think Nouns can do much about it. Keep in mind, they haven't used the global silence here at all, so they still have that to help them if they decide to make the jump here on Nouns.
Yeah, Gunner can't even do the usual puck stuff of jump in, silence, orb, and then be confident
he's
to
trying,
keep clearing.
But he has to do it so quickly.
Yeah.
Smoke up from Nouns. Looks like they're going to try and make a play as they move.
Can't even do the usual puck stuff of jump in, silence, orb, and then be confident
he's
to
trying,
keep
but
clearing.
he has to do it so quickly.
Yeah.
Smoke up from Nouns. Looks like they're going to try and make a play as they move forward onto Vitune. He has got another life here with the Aegis, so not too many worries for him just yet as Z-Freak forced himself in. They have found the Enigma. This might be a better target. The Global comes out, but they've already dealt with Lays. And now with the Sven respawning in a bit of an awkward position, I'm wondering what they can do here. BKB comes out from Vitune, though. He's just running himself away with the Warcry. Is this the... Oh! Beautiful hook shot from Z-Freak. Lands onto the Sven, and that's going to bring him down. We'll get the kill on their way out, but Nouns finally find something. I mean, it's a kill onto the Sven. It's a lot of gold into the pocket of Costabile, but at the same time, with 2 barracks down, is it enough?
Expensive, but it is signs of life. Some little slip-ups there from Navi. Enigma not getting his BKB off. Ended up snapping the coil. And then he just got kind of punched to death by the Terrorblade. TB finally managing to do something in a fight, right? Gets gone on, gets the Sunder, and yeah, Navi just gotta chill out just a little bit.
That was very literally a max range hook shot, by the way. That was really beautiful.
Yeah, that was really good. Well, the other big thing that Nouns pulled off at the end of this fight was Gunner just constantly plinking the Sven so that he couldn't get his blink off. But yeah, Lay's just way too far forward here.
Yeah.
And then, watch here. So he's BKB'd, but plink, another blink, some more plink, and then finally they can get the hook shot in on top of him.
Yeah, but despite all of that, it's still
a 30k net worth lead, but
yeah,
it is actually almost the Scotty for the Terrorblade. So Costabile is getting somewhere. He's still not huge, but he's at least nestled himself among the Navi cores in terms of net worth. So we'll just see what he can accomplish.
I think mentally speaking, losing the first game of best of 2 is certainly more taxing than losing the first game of best of 3.
Yeah, Yeah, for sure. They do have a little bit of a reset in that they were second pick here, so they
Right.
can kind of change the conditions. Sorry, not second pick. They were second priority. So they're gonna have preference for the next game, and that does mean that they can shuffle things around a little bit. But yeah, it's tricky. Definitely, you don't want to be. They're not thinking about the next game just yet, right? Still hoping to see if they can take one last team fight and get it done.
Well, tier 3 tower going to be the next on the shopping list, is it? Ah, Na'Vi, they're happy to wait it out. They're feeling absolutely no pressure this game.
Moar net worth.
Yeah.
Sven still got room to grow, still got the whole overwhelming blink to pick up. He's still got some power treads in his inventory.
Doesn't have a moonshot.
He's not done. Yeah. There's still some other things on the to-do list before hit tier 3 tower, it seems.
Yeah. Hasn't even consumed an axe yet, although I imagine he probably will do that from Roche.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh. Okay. Took shotting something. Not sure what. And a jump in onto solo as well. I mean, the Sansa's made himself available, but the black hole comes in. Oh no, Gunnar and Moo instantly turn to mush as I look forward for more, but they are able to get a blink out at least on one, but Husky will be
It's
dead.
a trap!
From him. Solo just looking so delicious in the middle lane. How could you not go for that kill? He's been annoying them, taunting them all game, and this is the payoff for him. The perfect bait as they move forward onto Z-Freak. He gets brought down as well. Husky killed on the steps of his fountain. Costabile running in circles. That's about all he can do in this game.
Costabile's like, no, I'm not going into the fountain just yet. You can't make me.
The moral victory, and there it is. Your GGs are cool. Game number 1. It goes to Na'Vi in serious style. They look fantastic.
And with a pause for Ricky. Sweet and strong in styling at the end there. He was like blinking in front of people, using Psychic Headband to push them back. Na'Vi were really feeling themselves by the end.
Yeah, absolutely. That was great. And yeah, I mean, so much calmness from them as well. Even when Gunnar was looking really scary, there was no overreaction from Na'Vi. They weren't like running into his ganks in an effort to try and slow him down. They just seemed super confident that